God's been doing something in Erik's life, and we just felt it would be appropriate for him to just share a brief testimony with you all before we go into our time of announcements. Go ahead, Erik. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. What I'm about to share is incredibly hard, but I pray that what I say, that God will meet you in this way if you resonate at all what I'm about to say. So as we all know, we are currently in the month of June. You've probably seen or heard things celebrating towards what's called Pride. You don't have to look far to see the agenda of what that stands for in our society. You probably have heard people make statements such as that love is love, or that I was born this way. I'm here to say that at one point, I myself believed this narrative. Yes, we should love everyone in the love of Christ, but the message that the culture is sharing is not actually love in this regard. To give some content, I knew I was different. My parents divorced when I was young. I didn't have a very present dad in my life. So I knew of God from other relatives who served the Lord, but I knew for the longest time I had an issue. I disliked myself a lot because I didn't feel necessarily normal inwardly. The truth is, I'd been dealing with attractions that were not aligned with my true identity. As I grew, I wanted to surround myself with people who thought the same as I did. In my teenage years, I was friends with people who identified themselves within the LGBT community. And in 2015, when same-sex marriage became legalized, I supported the idea that someone who is a Christian could support that and be a follower of same-sex relations. As I got older, the thoughts and attractions I had were so secretive, I never told anyone because I thought there was no hope for people like me. I would hear the Christian response from some people that those who either struggled or were fully immersed into the LGBT lifestyle were damned to hell, and that God would turn his face away. I didn't want to be bullied or criticized for what I was dealing with. So fast forward, when I gave my life to the Lord, I was still terrified of letting this part of my life come to light. I would use vices to cope, trying to fill some void in me. From lust to other pleasures of this world, I thought this would just be on its own. I often prayed that I wished to be normal. It wasn't that I grasped the reality that no outside source was going to fix the inward problem I had. No amount of therapy, medicine, or modifying behaviors was going to fix my attractions and my secret sinning. It certainly was not going to help if I completely went the other direction and lived a crazy lifestyle. Some time ago, I spoke to Pastor Tom and told him my issue. I was terrified of being judged for my actions. Instead, he reminded me that my identity is in Jesus, who took on the cross my sin and my shame. So in that, I find my identity and my purpose. I clung on to this idea that giving to my desires was really love. I thought this was going to fill me somehow. But in reality, it is in Jesus where true identity and fulfillment can be found. He calls us to die daily so that we can find restoration for our souls. The gospel has shown me that all things were created through him and for him, and that in him is life and life eternally. I personally understand that life won't be found in some sin I pursued or some attraction. It is found in Jesus. He gives me identity and purpose. He is my joy and my delight. For those who hear this and are part of the LGBT community, or for those who struggle in silence, please know that the Lord loves you, and he will meet you in your struggles if you surrender your ways. Purpose won't be found in some celebration of pride, nor it won't be found in the counterfeit identities that go along with it. This is in no way to condemn, but to encourage that if I can be changed by God's restoration through the gospel, you can be as well. Thank you.